Script coming at you guys today. Today's video is going to feature my review of Hell's Kitty from Wild Eye Releasing. For those who don't know of Wild Eye Releasing, they are a company that releases a lot of indie horror films, and they were so kind enough to send me a box of a few of their films, and this is the first one I am reviewing. I will have a link for their channel below as well as their website, so please go check them out. And you can also find a lot of their films online as well as in stores at Walmart's, Best Buys, etc. So Hell's Kitty is essentially about a cat named Angel who is obsessed with her owner Nick. She is very, very jealous, kind of like how cats can be. They are very stubborn, I guess you could say. I have a cat myself, and she is reminding me of this film in so many ways. But essentially Nick is having trouble in his love life because he can't seem to keep a girlfriend, because of his cat Angel is terrorizing his girlfriends, attacking them, won't let anyone else touch her or pet her or go near her except for Nick. So she's very protective of her owner, or essentially you could say she owns him in this film. I'll talk about a few plot points. I'm gonna try to not keep it super do a lot of spoilers. I mean, this film can't really contain many spoilers in my opinion because you kind of really already know what's gonna be about. But I'll leave a few things unanswered. But yeah, like I said, this follows the story of Nick struggling through his love life. He's talking to a therapist, trying to figure out what's going on, and this film is full of a lot of dream sequences, and actually I would say probably about most of this film is dream sequences, which I would say is probably one thing I did not enjoy a whole lot about the film. It was just a lot of dream sequences of the cat killing his girlfriends in the film and killing other people. As far as the kills go though, they were, I would say, pretty good for practical effects. The effects for a low budget film, I say, were done pretty well on this film. I'll talk about some of my likes here first. So a lot of my likes were the horror references. That's really what made this film for me, was they just had so many references across from so many horror films, and it was just really cool to see how they input that into this. In the beginning of the film, he accidentally calls his cat Cujo, which you guys all know of the dog Cujo is like a killer rabid dog. There were some just little funny scenes in this that really just choked me up. There was a scene where the cat had placed his cat food, or her cat food, in a shape of a pentagram. They had this super cheesy, strange meowing music that would play kind of when the cat was getting ready to attack, or but kind of back to the kills, I would say there were some pretty neat ones. There was like a cat ripped out the tongue of a woman. There was a scene where Nick and one of his girlfriends were getting ready to get into bed together, and things were getting hot and steamy, and then all of a sudden the cat's there and bites her finger off. There was a lot of actually pretty big name, well, I wouldn't say huge name horror icons, but people that if you're a horror fan, you're gonna know these people, but they're not like huge blockbuster name actors or actresses. But like you had Michael Berryman, who plays Pluto in The Hills Have Eyes. He was in here. They had Courtney Gaines, which I always known him from the movie The Burbs, one of my all-time favorite films. You have Doug Jones, who was recently in The Shape of Water. He's in Hellboy. Adrienne Barbeau. The list kind of goes on. There's quite a few big name stars in this film, and a lot of them just have super funny names that just reference tons of horror icons, or horror references in general. Like one of the characters, her name was Dr. Laurie Strode's. Pluto, or Michael Berryman's character who plays Pluto, and in The Hills Have Eyes, his name in this was Detective Pluto. Adrienne Barbeau played a character named who was Rose. She played Rosemary. and her, she talks about her daughter in this, and so it's kind of a reference to Rosemary's Baby. There was let's see, I know that there was a few, like I said, a few things I didn't care for. Mainly was the dream sequences, like nightmares. That's where a lot of the kills happen. It'd be like just a dream sequence where it'd show one of his girlfriends or a girl he's, trying to get it on with or whatever. I'm sorry if you guys hear my dog in the background. And that, and that would be when the kill would happen. It wasn't something that really happened. So that was like kind of one thing I didn't care for too much. Another thing was that, I guess it makes sense, but to me, I didn't care for it a whole lot, was the film was very sexualized, I guess. Constantly it was these girls all over him, and I guess that's why, he said he was sexually frustrated because his cat would, not let him have a girlfriend, and that could be why he was having all these dreams and stuff. But it was just, it pulled away from the story, I guess you could say. I just did not enjoy that aspect of the film that much. But I had a lot more likes of this film than dislikes. Like I said, for a low budget film, this film is actually pretty entertaining. All the horror references are absolutely phenomenal. There's really cool actors that kind of make a quick appearance in this that's very surprising and just fun to see. Some more of the references I was talking about was there's actually an appearance from one of the killer clowns in this, which is really cool. There's even like a scene from Psycho, the shower scenes in here. You have Children of the Corn. I mean, honestly, the list just kind of goes on and on and on. Just so many different references in this film. It's just super, super fun. And if you're a horror fan, I think you're definitely gonna want to check this out. I personally enjoyed it. I am a cat person, and I made a connection with this film because I have a cat who is very, very attached to me, and she drives my girlfriend crazy because she's such a butthead to her when she only loves me, and it just cracked me up because that's all I kept thinking about this whole time I was watching this film. But yeah, guys, this is Hell's Kitty, so make sure you check it out. I'll show a little bit of an unboxing here. So it's Hell's Kitty, You'll Wish You Had 9 Lives. And on the back here it says this pussy is possessed. It talks about the film a little bit, but you can kind of see some of the characters on here. So like, so you got, Michael Berryman there. You got Adrienne Barbeau. You also have Doug Jones over here. There's the cat right there. There's the Children of the Quarantine. Killer clowns right there. So it's very, very cool, to see all that stuff in here. But yeah, guys, I was actually pretty surprised by this film. I definitely recommend going out and checking it out. I don't think it's very expensive online or anything like that. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, what I was saying is that, make sure you go pick up this film. I don't think it's very expensive. You can find it online. I think I saw it somewhere for like $5. It's not expensive or hard to find, but make sure you guys pick it up and check it out, or you can just go and pick it up straight from Wild Eye Releasing and support them. Once again, thank you so much to them for sending me this package of films. This is like the first film I'm going to be reviewing for them, so keep an eye out. I'm going to have quite a few more films showing up in the next week or two here. Let me know what your guys' opinions are in this film. I'm really curious to see what everyone else has to say, and let me know if you guys liked this review. Like I said, this is kind of my first sit down review where I talk about a film, and I want to do more of these. So if you guys liked this review, just let me know, and if there's something you didn't like, also let me know that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.